Look at you, Mr. I can do whatever I want. Mr. I got confidence.
Now he is a special boy.
Okay? Your jokes are dumb.
Can do
you're
whatever
the only
he
one
wants.
that laughs at them. Nobody thinks you're funny.
I think he's
I don't
funny.
even know why you're doing this stupid thing.
I know who invited
it's a waste
you.
of time.
Weirdo.
What?
He's going to
Who
listen to me.
invited you? So I don't know how many of y'all have those voices in your head, but I sure as hell do. And I can't tell you how many times in my life I've listened to that one, and it's kept me from doing a lot of things that I love doing. The voice of self-doubt, all right? And it's powerful, you know? It'll tell you all kinds of things that aren't true. It'll make you think other people are thinking things about you that aren't true. And it's a real mouthful, if you know what I'm talking about. Now, before I go any further, I must say, this is not professional advice. I'm not a doctor, just an idiot with the microphone and the camera, just trying to give you my life advice, ways that I've overcome the voice of self-doubt. So hopefully I can help you out. So it all started for me at a very young age. I don't know if maybe I was dropped on my head. Probably so. I'll have to ask my mom. Something's wrong with me, obviously. But anyway, creeped in young. Throughout all of my teenage years, up until my young adulthood, always self-doubt. Even still today, I will catch myself. I'll catch that little voice telling me, oh, you can't do this. Or here's even better, creating an entire scenario in my head of what other people might be thinking. That's the shit that's really bad and really negative and will just put you in a spot you really don't want to be in. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's tough. And I know a lot of people deal with it. And that voice can get so loud that it can cause all kind of problems. I mean, it can get into the anxiety. It can get into everything, right? So here's a little fun thing I decided to do, okay? Just like the little 2 videos at the beginning, that's how I have the inner dialogue in my head, okay? Except what I did was I shifted the voice of reason to be a bad if you know what I mean. So anytime that other a-hole comes in and starts saying, hey, I don't think you should do this. People are going to make fun of you. Or I don't think you should go say hi to this person. What if they reject you? This other voice, right, tells them to go himself, if you know what I mean. That's what you have to do. Literally. What I had to start doing is, as soon as I recognize that negative voice, even if you got to snap your fingers so that you're aware of it, stop it. Stop it in its tracks. Because you're going to miss out on so much. You're going to miss opportunities. You're going to miss developing relationships. You're going to miss just everything in life. And then you're going to get to a point where you're older, like I am now. And you're going to kind of be pissed off that you wasted opportunities and you wasted time being afraid or having self-doubt about what you wanted to do. Okay? And the crazy thing is that it gets in your head and it convinces you of other people's opinions. And that's the one that drove me the craziest, right? Is, you know, walking into a room and then being like, oh my God, people are staring at you, you know, oh, what's going on? Did they think I look stupid? Am I dumb? Blah, 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 blah. Guess what? Most of those people probably didn't even realize you walked in the room, okay? Same thing when you meet someone and you walk away and you have that same little voice being like, oh, that was stupid. What an idiot. Yeah, that person was probably just like, oh, he seemed pretty nice. I'll give you a perfect example of a time where I had a job interview, okay? And went up and sitting down waiting, and the voice started in, right? You're not qualified for this job. You're too nervous. You're going to seem like an idiot. You know, always, it's the self-doubt is always going to say the meanest shit to you too, right? And so person comes out and they're like, come on now, we're ready for you. I walk in. Little did I know that it was a group interview and there was 12 people sitting around a table. So at that point, I'm not only am I about to pass out, but I can't even think straight, right? Sit down, try to work my way through the interview the best I could. The whole time that little voice is in my head, like, you're screwing up. You're screwing up. You shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have laughed at that joke. You shouldn't have made that joke, right? The whole time. So the interview lasted like about an hour, right? And so I get in my car, drive home, same thing, the whole way home, blah, 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 blah. Get a call like an hour later. And they were like, everybody loved you, man. When can you start? And I'm like, what the are you serious? So yeah, none of that shit I was telling myself was true. Not one single bit of it. Everyone in that room had a completely different view of myself than I did. And that's the crazy thing. It's like that for you. Any negative thing that you're telling yourself, I guarantee you is not true. It's not. Unless you're doing some kind of self-harm, you're whatever, drinking too much, eating too many magic num-nums, something like that. And it's a voice of reason that's like, hey, bro, you got to slow down because I've had that too. That's totally different. We're not talking about that. We're talking about that voice that keeps you from accomplishing your goals and your dreams, right? Is this a dream of mine, doing a podcast, whatever? I don't know. I think it's fun. I'm having fun with it. I came up with the idea. That's what I do now. I'm like, hey, it'd be fun doing this. Guess what? That voice, the negative voice, ain't going to tell me not to do it. I'm going to do it anyway. If I think it's fun, if I think I'm going to get enjoyment out of it, I'm going to do it. I really don't care. And to the other point, who cares what other people think? If people really did have that view of you, who cares, right? I'll tell you something funny. I'd made a post, a little funny video. I thought it was funny, whatever. And someone responded with a little meme. It was like a little picture. And it was a guy like this, showing my little double chin. I'm almost 49 years old, okay? I'm trying to keep it under control. I'm doing the best I can, right? Now, I could have looked at that picture and I could have went, oh, I do have a little bit down here. Oh man, I better quit making my jokes online. I better quit trying to make people laugh. I should just give it all up because I made it looks like this. No. You know what my response to that is? Hey bro, don't get mad because your mom loves rubbing Sweet Baby Ray's on my neck brisket, okay? Who cares, right? Who freaking cares? Ain't nobody gonna control my happiness, right? That's right here, bro. That's right here. I'm in control of that. Nobody else, all right? And you can do the same thing. You really just gotta quit being negative, quit thinking negative, okay? You're a good person, right? There's gonna be people around you that love you. Fish bros, okay? Those are the people that you need to be concerned with. Those are the people that you need to, give your energy to. Don't give it to negative people, and sure as hell don't give it to the negative voice, right? Because there's no point in it. There's absolutely nothing that's going to be gained from listening to that negative voice. I promise you that, okay? With that being said, I got to go over this week's sponsor, Matteo Zero Fucks. If you're having a problem getting rid of yours, just give this a try. It works every time. All right. So anyway, sorry about that. Just having fun, and I need sponsors for the show. Got to keep it going. I'd love to hear what your negative thought is. What does your negativity tell you? Put it in the comments. Subscribe, like this. Put it in the comments. Let's work through this together. All right. Because I guarantee you, writing it down, that's another thing. Start keeping a journal. I keep a journal. Some people are probably like, that's weird, Mr. Diary. No, man, you keep a journal. Write those thoughts down, right? When you have those negative thoughts, write them down. Then when go back and read them, you're going to realize how freaking stupid it sounds, okay? You're going to realize that you're going to have a book of lies, okay? A book of lies is what you're going to have, because that's what it is. It's all lies. So start today, man. Start tomorrow. As soon as you hear that voice, if you have to physically snap your fingers so that you're consciously aware of it, do it. Do it every time so that you start recognizing that voice. And like I say, that other voice that you have in your head, the voice of reason, the voice of positivity. Work that mofo out. Get him tough, okay? Get him to where when that negative voice is going to be afraid to, poke his little head out. Because that's when things will start changing. And then you'll look back and you'll be like, Jesus, man, I can't believe that I spent so much time worrying and not doing things because of the voice in my head. So with that, that's all I got. Hope y'all enjoyed the episode. Like, subscribe. I'd love to hear your comments. That way I know if you want to hear any more or you don't. Whatever. Anyway, bye.